here we go. So here is Snapdragon Earthrise Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Decepticon Snapdragon. So I've been waiting for this guy for a long time. Picked him up at Walmart. Last one there. Pretty excited to get him. Just taking a look at this little packaging we got here. Awesome artwork of Snapdragon. So of course, you know, steps and things he turns into. Your basic Earthrise stuff. Looks pretty good. Can't wait to get him opened to complete my horror cons to be with his brother Ape Face. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at this guy, get him open, and see how good or bad he is. I mean, this is a little concerning. Doesn't look great, but you know, that looks cool, and that looks all right. This guy looks great. So yeah, we'll take a look. Okay, so here we have Snapdragon, and he's out of the box, and he's in his Dyno Mode, his reptile form, I guess. And just to give you a heads up on what's in the box, of course, you get the instructions. He is fairly standard to transform, though, so no issues there. Could probably figure it out on your own. Not too complicated. Now, this is the way he appears on the box, but the instructions actually show the mouth a little different. And this is actually how I've seen all the reviewers put it, but it looks ridiculous. If you kind of keep the head back, you can close it up like that, and he doesn't have... If you move the head forward a little bit, then he will get the underbite, but if you leave the head there, then, you know, when he opens it, it's a little bit there, but that looks a little better, in my opinion. So, yeah, pretty cool. So we are starting off with Dyno Mode, just because it is the weakest of all the modes. So we'll end up there in robot mode. And while we're here, let's just do a couple of quick comparisons. Put him with his brother Ape Face and his gorilla mode. Now, I am so happy with Snapdragon and the simplicity of design as opposed to Ape Face. Now, I actually am one of the Ape Face apologists. I kind of make a lot of excuses for this figure. I know everyone hated the soapy white plastic. I kind of think it has a bone-like quality, which I kind of like in the ape mode. So that didn't bother me so much. The transformation is kind of crap. So, you know, not great. Now, this guy, on the other hand, great. Just easy to deal with, and not a huge pain in the butt. But there they are right next to each other. So, and let's see. This is just a little Titan Master. I think his name was Crash Bash, but he's pretty much squeeze play, I think, or cancer. And the reason I brought him out is obviously he's like a little dinosaur T-Rex type guy too, but also his jaw kind of transforms in the same way. This is the Titan Master right there, and so his legs become the bottom jaw of the dinosaur in a similar way to this guy. So yeah, pretty cool. So I always thought this guy would have been good for Snapdragon, because we also had this, which would be Ape Face. So just thought, you know, instead of making this squeeze plate, should have made it Snapdragon, but whatever. And let's just do one more for fun. Can anyone guess the relationship between these two guys? Let me know in the comments if you get that. So cool. So let's go ahead and just get him transformed. Actually, let's go over the articulation. It's not much, but it's there. As you saw the jaw earlier, you can do a couple different things with the jaw. His head does go down. The actual head goes up. Does create kind of a gap, but not too bad. But goes up and down. The little T-Rex arms can go up and down, side to side. They're a little ball joints, so they kind of go all over. But this is the little white is actually, this is all painted blue, so that's just this piece, so it won't bend any further down than that. But you know, you can roar, you know, whatever that does. And you know, legs are going to be his arms, so they can go all over. Or he's got that knee goes both ways, and foot goes up and down, and tail, just really this piece right here. The other part doesn't really move. So, but let's just take his Headmaster out, and I'll take a look at that now. Getting this Headmaster in here is kind of a pain in the butt. It just really squeezes in there. Okay, but here we have, I guess, per Japanese continuity Snapdragon and or American continuity Crunk, I think. Yep, there he is. Pretty good looking. I mean, he's actually got a face, if you can see that. I thought it was a mouth plate, but he's got a face, really well painted. His arms and legs are both painted too. Of course, he's got the notorious screw. I don't know why they don't pick a black screw, but yeah, there's that guy. So we'll just put him to the side. And if you want a comparison with that, this is a fun one here. We'll do this. Here we have Clouder, I think, or Double Clouder. It's Double Dealer, but the Titan Master version of him from Takara Legends. I think it was from one of the bugs, I don't know. But there you go, there's that. So let's just sit him. Of course. We'll sit him. Okay, and then we'll get this guy transformed. So let's just put the feet up, become his hands. So we'll do that. And we'll just take these out because they're going to be his wings in jet mode. This piece just kind of comes down. You can push it. It sort of slides a little bit up and down, or forward and back. So just slide it up. And we'll open up this piece just a bit. We'll take his guns off. I don't need those for now. Bring his little hands up. And his chest opens and the whole head tucks in there that way. And this piece, which did give me a little trouble earlier, kind of, there's these skinny little tabs here that go right up in there. So you got to pull those out. And then this guy unsnaps there and comes up. Got to bring these all the way around first. So they'll tuck under. Of course. There we go. That snaps. Bring his legs down a little. And, oops. Bring these forward. Bring this whole section down. Oh, there we go. And then these just go right in there. So all in all, really pretty basic, but looks good. Now this part, oh man. So now that we got him in a little seated position, you do want to put him inside the cockpit, right? So he can drive the jet. Getting this open sucks. This is not fun. This is like, you know, that clear plastic, so you're afraid you're gonna break it. Now, I've made things a little easier on myself by just split the legs open and just open it this way first. And closing it up is not that big a deal. So that I don't have too much of a thumbnail, so getting my thumb in there is not easy. But as you can see inside there, he's got that cockpit painted, which is awesome. Unfortunately, his brother Apeface doesn't have anything to look at in his cockpit, but put him in there. And he sits really nice in there. You know, you can actually reach the control panel and everything. But yeah, this... See how it really snaps in there? This little nub has to go right in there, and I'm afraid that little part's just gonna snap off. There we go. There we go. And of course you can always put the guns on. They officially go right here, but you could, I guess, put them right in the hand if you wanted to. Or you can give him other guns there. But and he has a landing gear as well. I apologize for the band-aid. It's bacon. I cut myself. So there he is. Take a look at him. All right, so for comparison, I also have Apeface here, and Snapdragon's always made a much more coherent jet, but this is just leaps and bounds. And I really like this figure, and I really like the futuristic jet look. But this just, they did a really nice job on making it a futuristic jet, but also kind of a design we can relate to and understand. It's basically the Blackbird, I'm pretty sure. So, and he does have that one landing gear, none in the back, but I mean, it's better than nothing. So, and I'm really super glad that he doesn't have this smudge. You know, it looks techno-organic or whatever, but it's great that he doesn't have it. So, and you know, the original G1 toy, the cockpit here was more finished, and this is, you know, supposedly where the driver sat, but he had to sit back here. This version of the jet makes it seem like he's always supposed to sit back here. But this one, they switched it, and the Titan Master or Headmaster doesn't even sit up here at all. He sits way back here. You got to take this whole thing off to access him. So they kind of swapped with that. So yeah, but yeah, pretty sweet. And let's just get him transformed into his final form. So take those off and basically undo a lot of the stuff we already did. Bring this up. Actually, I'll take it out first and unpeg those. That'll help. Rotate this up so it sits forward, and then just get it back to those little areas it was in. Now that the chest is in a different position. Rotate the hands. Oh, I don't know why I'm like rotating it the wrong way. Kind of crazy. Okay. And just split the legs. Oh, let's let him loose. And let's see here. This goes back up here this way. Now it does this part moves for the little tail, and this part hinges, so you want to hinge it up here. And I guess there's a little tab that goes in that plastic, but it doesn't really matter. Doesn't make too big of a difference, and just brings me down. And boom, we have a headless robot. Yay. And of course, transformation for this guy. Super involved. Boom. There you go. There he is. Mr. Snapdragon. We'll put his handguns in there. So I think he looks awesome. I'm really glad he doesn't have that rub and stuff on it. He does have these two Decepticon stickers, and they sort of look like the old school with the metal around it, like the foil stickers. But they're not. They're tampos, so that's cool. I think his head looks great. I think it's great that he doesn't have the eyes on the side of his head, but they did mold it in there. So the original G1 figure always looked like, you know, if you looked at it from the side, it just looked like the Dyno head from the side, because he's a double Headmaster. But this guy is, I guess, not really a double Headmaster. His head just transforms into a robot, and not a robot with two heads. So but yeah, but they did keep the molding there, so that's pretty sweet. And he does have, you know, various little pegs here for the Siege and Earthrise blast effects. I don't think I actually have any of those handy, or else I'd show you. But unfortunately, now the only thing that he doesn't really have, and that's probably because he's so far removed from Titan's Return, is he doesn't have any ports, and you wouldn't have him in rollout mode anyways, but even on the vehicle, or pegs for the Titan Master. Now, Ape Face does have that, but unfortunately, Snapdragon, I don't know, they're over it. They don't want the little guys to ride on top of the vehicles anymore. Maybe it's a safety concern or something, I don't know. But all right, let's just do some more comparisons here. Okay, here we have Ape Face, so that you can see how they both look together. Pretty good. Again, you know, yuck. Clean. But yeah, they look great. They look great together. They look like they are a good set, good pair. Now, you know, for articulation, you know, it's all the stuff you want, all the stuff you need, basically all the stuff I covered in Dyno Mode for the arms, or the legs. His head, of course, because his little Titan Master guys on a ball joint, just, you know, a little up and down, all the way around. He does have a waist, which is great because you don't really use it. You know, forward and back, swivel, bend, heel goes up. So, you know, all the stuff you want. Now he does have this that extends to not create a little hollow area, which is awesome too. Nice little addition. Look good together. Now, just for fun, because, you know, this is the whole point. They only did it a couple times, and I don't think they ever did it in season 4 of the cartoon, which is, you know, just what, 3 episodes or something. But I'm pretty sure they did it at least once or twice in Headmasters. But it's possible. It's the whole reason you do the Headmasters. You can swap them around. So, see how that looks. And because they have similar color schemes, it looks pretty good. I mean, the grayish white doesn't go with this stupid soapy bone color that he has. But I mean, it looks good. It looks good. And, you know, they still fit pretty good. Of course, now this guy's not going to come out when I said that. the knees on Ape Face. You know, I really do like that figure, though. I just, it's a lot of issues. I think I just wanted it for so long that I was just happy that they made him. But, you know, while we have him here, we also have Double Dealer. So let's try that out. See how that looks. And again, looks pretty good. Not bad. Speaking of Double Dealer, we'll bring him in as well, just for scale. From a different Japanese series, but you know, whatever. Just so you can kind of see how big this guy is. Now this is a leader, but I mean, he's a fairly decent sized leader today's standard, but in actuality it's kind of small. But this is a pretty standard Voyager now. And we'll do one last comparison here. These guys. Let's bring these guys back. And well, maybe we should swap them. These are the Unique Toys, I believe. Micro Headmaster guys. Palm Warriors, I think they were. I love these guys. This one has a much more successful jet mode than that guy. This one, the Dyno Mode is really good, and the jet mode's pretty good too. Just unfortunately they're tiny, so, and they're a little limited because of that. Now he does have the, you know, look at that, the Dyno face on the side of his face, but you know, that was standard. So yeah, there you have that. And just because I've never actually tried it, I know we've been focusing a lot on Ape Face, but I've had this guy this whole time and never swapped heads with him for the... Yeah, it looks good. I think I like the red visor better, but cool. Cool you can do it. I'm glad that they're keeping some of these gimmicks alive. You know, that from now it's, you know, this is Earthrise, so it was Titan's Return, Power of the Primes, then Siege, now Earthrise, so it's, you know, a little ways back, so, but they're keeping it alive. I'm glad that they're still incorporating this stuff. Hopefully we can get combiners again. That'd be good if they revamp them and made them a little better. That would be great. So yeah, here we have Snapdragon, and thank you for watching. So if you liked it, you know, of course, just leave a like. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you guys next time.